Now, Terrifier 2 is a 2022 splatter film that tells the story of how Art the Clown, who after being resurrected by a demon, is tasked with continuing his blood-fueled murders through Miles County, where he targets sibling Sienna Shaw and her younger brother, Jonathan. Now let's talk about the infamous bedroom scene. But first, let's find out how we got here. We first see Allie Thompson passing out Halloween candy to trick-or-treaters. She then hears her doorbell ring, and it's Art the Clown. But she doesn't recognize him as the Miles County Clown like we the audience do. No, to her, he's that annoying dude from the costume shop who was bothering both she and her friend Sienna.
Stop, please stop, please.
But Art is insisting on getting some candy. But she is hesitant about giving it to him because she thinks he's a bit too old for it. She even goes as far as saying that his costume of the creepy mime gimmick is awesome.
Look, I get it, dude. The whole creepy silent mime gimmick. I mean, it's very effective.
Even complimenting the blood, which she believes is fake. Now, Art is even appreciative of the compliment, but it's Halloween and he wants some candy. So she refuses and closes the door on him. But that's just enough to tick off our murderous clown.
Go away. Seriously, asshole, go bother somebody else.
So he starts beating on the door, insisting that she gives him some candy. And when she gets fed up, she opens the door to give him a piece of her mind. But Art ain't leaving till he get him some candy. So she angrily tosses the candy in his garbage bag and notices that it's full of bloody and rusty tools, which creep her out.
Here. Happy Halloween.
So she closes the door quickly, realizing that she have just interacted with a potential maniac. But later that night, while preparing for a Halloween party, she hears a noise downstairs, and to her surprise, it's Art the Clown in her house fixing himself a glass of water. My boy is acting like his name is on the deed. So she bolts off and he runs after her until they reach her bedroom. Now he's trying to slice at her with his knife, but he keeps missing. Then corners Allie, tosses her on the bed, and yeah, slices her eye in half. This is already brutal for a normal horror movie. But guess what? This is a Terrifier movie. So Allie is trying to evade Art as she crawls across the bedroom floor. He then takes a pair of scissors and starts to skin her with them, starting at her hairline. Then he snatches her ball. I mean, at this point, she's bleeding all over the place while we can visibly see her brain sitting inside of her skull, as Art is essentially scalping her. Now, in a normal horror movie, this is probably too much, but this isn't a normal horror movie. This, you guessed it, is a Terrifier movie. So Art starts to slice her back open and repeatedly stab her all in her back. He starts to skin other parts of her body, thus removing her flesh. Because he's a caring and sincere clown, he rips Allie's arm right off her body. And he grabs her by her hand and split it in two. He's treating her like a peeled banana. But to add the finishing touches, he starts slicing and dicing and dismembering her. I mean, blood is just gushing everywhere. You might think this is it, but no, somehow Allie is still alive. In agony, but still alive. She's trying to make her way to the phone and call for help. But this is not a normal horror movie. Okay, you can finish it. This is a Terrifier movie. So Art comes back in the room, pouring salt and bleach all over Allie's wound as she is screaming in agony. Then he takes his hand and removes her face because why not? But if this was any other movie, this scene wouldn't make it to the final edit. I'm talking it's dropped off on the cutting room floor. But this is not a normal horror movie. This is a Terrifier movie. So later that night, Allie's mom comes home and sees that someone has obviously broken in her house. She runs upstairs to check on her daughter, and to her terror, there's Art, who has done much worse to Allie off screen. Things such as taking her bra off and cut her breasts off. He's even dug random pieces of flesh out of her and possibly even eaten parts of Allie. So as this scene comes to a conclusion, we get these close-up shots of Allie's body and her mom screaming while Art is presenting Allie's corpse as if he's gifting her mom some sort of sick and macabre present. He's miming the actions of, surprise, look what I made you. The thing he made for her is her dismembered daughter. And until next time, when CEDtalks horror.